Friends, Chag Sameach, Shabbat Shalom to everyone. It's an honor to be able to share some words of Torah this evening with you. And let me give some brief words that may be part of your own Passover Seder. It will be part of mine. Along with matzah, wine, horseradish, and all the other foods that are traditionally part of a Seder and that we collect, along with Haggadot, the text of the Passover Seder, my wife Jane and I make sure that we have several bags of kosher for Passover marshmallows for our Seder. And sometimes we forget to buy them, and therefore the day before Passover we're frantic looking for these kosher marshmallows. When did this tradition begin in our house? I don't remember exactly the year, but it has become a way for us to affirm the central meaning of the Seder. At the beginning of the Seder, Jane and I established the ground rules. The Seder is about asking questions. No question is too simple, and whenever someone does not make any sense of what is going on or seems curious, they ask a question, and you get a marshmallow. All questions are rewarded. Everyone laughs when the ritual plays itself out. As the questions keep coming, especially from the kids, we throw a marshmallow across the table. That is part of our sacred tradition of our own family. Why? Asking questions is what it's all about. Questioning is the essence of Judaism. Abraham challenged the pagan world by challenging his father with questions about idolatry. That was the moment that the Jewish life really began. The Seder institutionalizes questions. It makes them part of the Seder forever. A child asks the 4 questions, trying to discern why the ritual of the Seder is different from all other nights. There is also the tradition that comes after Manish Tanah, the 4 questions, about the 4 different children. The wise child, the wicked child, the simple child, and the most troubling, the child who is unable to ask a question. And when I read of that child, I am saddened. What a curse not to be able to formulate an important question. The Talmudic tradition is rooted in questioning of interpretations, one sage challenging the other. And when you are a student of the Talmud, you're called upon to ask your own questions of the text and to become part of the whole questioning tradition. The ethos of Judaism is freedom. It is the foundation of human progress. And I believe that it is one of the great gifts of the Jews to the world. But it's a freedom that is linked to the power to question. And this is an example that is literally found in the Haggadah, the prayer guide, the Seder guide that we use in our family. We read it every year. It says, Isidore I. Rabi, the Nobel laureate in physics, was once asked, why did you become a scientist rather than a doctor or a lawyer or a businessman like the other immigrant children in your neighborhood? My mother, quote, my mother made me a scientist without ever intending it. Every other Jewish mother in Brooklyn would ask her child after school, so, did you learn anything today? Not my mother. She always asked me a different question. Izzy, she would say, did you ask a good question today? That difference, asking good questions, made me become a scientist. Robbie's mother intuitively understood that asking good questions is the path to insightful learning. Freedom is our ability to ask questions, and this is incredibly important in the age in which we live. Totalitarianism, fascism, tyranny begins with shutting down free speech and debate. That is the hell of China, Turkey, Egypt, North Korea. Vietnam, Syria, Iran, Laos, Cuba, Saudi Arabia. The list is very long. And we know that in Russia, all dissent is forbidden. You are arrested, put in prison, even killed if you say something that's against the government or question the policies of the government or question what Putin believes or doesn't believe in the actions of Russia. Yes, we Jews have a sacred obligation to proclaim to the world this ancient ceremony that we can never enslave the mind, that we must defend freedom without end, that to be human is to be free, that our children challenge us in what we say and encourage them to challenge us, that thoughts and feelings and questions can never be stifled. Let us remember that in every moment of the Seder. That is why we have continued to observe the Seder for at least 3,000 years, probably longer. So my greeting to everyone on this Shabbat, on this eve of Passover, as we anticipate participating in the beautiful Seder that is part of our noble tradition, a joyful questioning to all of us. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.